Good evening and welcome to this week's edition of Where's Roberta? We have such a cool show for you tonight. We're going to take you biking and hiking on the water and in the air with the best helicopter tour company on the island of Kauai. But first, let's begin this show with the sacred land of Kauai. Before we get to the sacred ground, let's talk about Kauai. It is nicknamed the Garden Isle because of the beautiful lush green mountains and valleys. The royal coconut coast lines the east side of Kauai and consists of white sandy beaches backed by a beautiful mountain range and the magnificent Mount Waialeale. Now, this mountain is the main volcano that formed Kauai.
Hey, Roberta, is that the volcano that's going crazy right now?
No. This one last erupted over 5 million years ago. The explosion created the entire east side of Kauai and formed the unique shape and topography of the island. But speaking of volcanoes, everybody asks, are you afraid of the current volcano? Here's a little lesson in geography. Kauai is here, and we are in the beautiful town of Aloha. We're about 10 miles from the airport, but meanwhile, the Big Island, where the volcano is spilling lava, it's about 300 miles away. And popular Kona is on the complete other side of the Big Island. It's not even affected by the volcano except for the seasonal fog islanders are accustomed to.
Kauai it's the farthest north of the major islands in Hawaii, and the Big Island is the southernmost island. So there's quite a distance between the Big Island and Kauai. However, even on the island of Hawaii, which is our largest island where the volcano is active, that is such a big island that the lava flow is only restricted to a certain area. And the Big Island of Hawaii is a very safe place to travel. In the areas of Kona and Hilo, there's still beautiful places to go to. International airports are open. They shouldn't have any problems coming to Hawaii right now.
And by the way, many people are booking passage to witness this once-in-a-lifetime event. Okay, but let me go from volcanoes to sacred land because the Royal Coconut Coast boasts numerous historical and cultural areas. And since this land was all considered to be sacred, it was prime real estate for ceremonies. So while you may be visiting, please remember, treat the area with respect when visiting. Do not leave anything behind, and do not move any rocks.
Well, Kauai is very, very unique where we have a county law that says that you cannot build higher than the coconut trees. So usually you're lucky if you get away with anything more than a 3 or 4 story building. Most of the buildings here are limited to that.
When I got off the plane, I felt the layers melting right away. Why is it with this island all of a sudden you feel so relaxed so fast?
To me, I think it's because of the beauty of the island and the way everybody treats you. Like I'm sure when you was on the airplane, you just felt the Aloha spirit right away. So I think it's because of the beauty of our island and it's so laid back and calm. So that's my interpretation.
And everybody knows I need calm. And since I do need me some calmness, we checked in to the Hilton Garden Inn. It's surrounded by peaceful sacred land, and I met up with General Manager and Hawaiian native, Mick Minicola.
Well, there's a lot of activities. A lot of people don't realize the activities here are just fantastic. There's caves to visit. There's beautiful river cruises. There's ocean cruises. But one of the number one, I would say, activities here on Kauai is the helicopter tour. And you can drop into Mount Waialeale and see these beautiful waterfalls that would take you a long time to hike in to see, and it's just right there, spectacular views. You go over the Nepali coast and down on the beach side. Here in Kauai, you can travel on both sides of the island, but you can't go completely around it because there's certain parts where Mount Waialeale is rigid where you can't cross that. So on the helicopter tour, you'll actually get a chance to see that part of the island that you can't go through and travel on your car.
I've been listening to all of your comments, and I asked Mick, okay, so in recent months, 49 inches of rain fell. Are roads open again? I mean, really, how is the island functioning?
As much as 49 inches of rain in some parts of Kauai in 24 hours. That was quite a bit. The Wailoa River did have a flash flood. There are a few roads that are still closed yet, but other than that, we're operating at about 90%. The island is running at this point.
Hey, Roberta, it's Saturday night. Come on, let's lighten the mood up, huh?
Okay, how about lightening up this? Light up your life with the Kilauea Lighthouse. It was built back over 100 years ago. It stands about 52 feet tall. It's situated on a rocky peninsula about 180 feet above the Pacific Ocean. It's looking good for its age. Never before has traveling been so convenient aboard Hawaiian Airlines to Lihue, Hawaii from Oakland International Airport non-stop beginning in July. Plus, 5 days free parking at Oakland International Airport. For more information, visit oaklandairport.com. Coming up next, why in the world am I playing tag with a rooster? Plus, flowers and more flowers and colorful, lively orchids with a Bay Area twist. And a fourth-generation family luau. All this, but wait, look at that. A boat tour on the rough high seas.
Hold on to this.
How do I get myself out of this one? Where's Roberta continues after this.
With new airlines and a growing list of destinations, you can now fly from Oakland International Airport to more places than ever before. Here's our pick for Destination of the Month.
Cleared for takeoff.
Beginning in July, Hawaiian Airlines will offer non-stop daily flights on brand new Airbus 321neo airliners from Oakland to the Garden Isle of Kauai. Untouched splendor makes it a haven for those seeking to get away from it all. Kauai beckons you to come and explore. Enjoy award-winning service and Hawaiian's unique brand of island hospitality from the moment you step on board. Book today at hawaiianair.com. Oakland International Airport. New international facilities now open. Fly the East Bay way to Kauai and all over the world and park free at OAK. Details at iflyoak.com/park-free.
Cleared for takeoff.
Welcome back to Where's Roberta? While strolling the streets of Kapa in Kauai, I could not help but notice the Aloha spirit, families embracing their kids graduating. In fact, congratulations, class of 2018 from Where's Roberta? The orchid is one of the most sought-after flowers in Hawaii for many wonderful traits. Fresh orchids have no scent, which is absolutely perfect for all of us who suffer from allergies or who get irritation from fragrances. The elegant shape of the orchid looks beautiful with both the natural and tinted colors of these flowers. Felt Sam's is from Mountain View and is now known as Orchid Alley, Kauai.
They have tabbed me as Kauai's hidden secret.
Hey, Roberta, ask her why my wife's orchids always die.
So I don't always have good luck with orchids. I mean, they look gorgeous and then they die off and then they're done. So what's the secret?
Actually, orchids are very survivalistic. The secret on them, I think, tell people is know what kind. So you'll know what your lighting and water requirement is. Orchids are, probably are the biggest flowering varieties of plants. There's a lot of different varieties, but unfortunately each variety likes a little different lighting and watering. Now lighting, when I say lighting, it means that they like filtered light. They don't like direct sun.
Oh, okay, I get it. I think I get it.
Naturally, Hawaiian orchids come in jade, purple, and white, but they can be dyed in many colors. Some of the world's most delicate-looking and showy orchids grow in the Hawaiian Islands, yet only 3 are native. They're your babies, aren't they?
They sure are. It's actually my husband's children. Then I put him up for adoption.
From flower petals to bike pedals.
Want to talk about serious fun? You go to Heli'an. It is the only native Hawaiian bike rental on the island of Kauai. And for $10, you get 2 hours to ride along the coast of beautiful Kauai.
I mentioned Heli'an is a Hawaiian-owned company, and that is so important to those who live on the island. They really embrace family and tradition. So meanwhile, what you do is you jump on one of these coaster bikes, you ride 4 miles up on a paved trail and 4 miles back. But meanwhile, if you work up a thirst, there's always a coconut water stop. The entire paved path trail lasted about 2 hours. 2 hours for anyone, and I highly recommend it. So what's a day in Kauai like? Well, we started off with a walk through town and learned a lot about orchids. Then we got our exercise in with a ride along the coast on our bikes. Then how about wrapping up our evening with a buffet-fueled, 4-time generation family luau? And one of the principal partners that makes all this happen, meet first-generation Hawaiian, Freckles.
Well, we started my mother and father started the Wailua River Cruise about 1946, a long time ago, with a little rowboat that carried 4 passengers and a borrowed outboard engine. And then we started growing from then. My father started building bigger boats. The state came over and asked me if I wanted to take over, and I said no. But when they told me the animals were dying in here, nobody was taking care of them, the peacocks and stuff, I said, let me go take a look. I came in and fell in love with the place, and that was 1985. So I got my family together. Each one of us in the family took one section of the park to clean it. There's no concrete roads or anything. The grass here was chest high deep, and everybody worked real hard cleaning it up. And today this is what it is. It's a family thing.
This 30-acre botanical and culture garden is located in the historic Waialua River Valley.
Today, 4 generations of the Smith family continues to honor that tradition with the most famous of Hawaiian celebrations, the luau. A luau is basically a Hawaiian party, or it's a feast that usually accompanies great entertainment and a whole lot of great food. But most of all, you enjoy the entertainment through traditional Hawaiian music and hula. Food may be the heart of a luau, but music is the soul. Our Hawaiian ancestors preserved this history by passing down songs and chants called mele. Now, at our luau, we celebrated these traditions as well as the songs and dances from other cultures that live in this tropical paradise. The Samoan fire knife dance all speaks very clearly and very deeply of the people who have come to call Hawaii home.
Hey, that looks very hot. I should try that at home.
Oh, stop it. Coming up next, why in the world am I still chasing that rooster?
I know. You look ridiculous. That's silly.
I know. Get over it. Okay, and from the rooster to the high drama of the high seas, we go up, up, up in the air, and then this. Hawaiian quiz time. How many Hawaiian islands are there, and which one is the most populated?
Oh, that's easy.
You don't know.
Oh, no, I do.
No, you don't.
Yes, it makes me look smart.
Who are you?
I'm Brian.
Where are you from?
I'm your editor. I like this music, too. This is fun.
Just go home.
I don't want to.
Okay,
I want to answer the question.
We'll be right back.
Mexico Lindo Cantina and Restaurant in Pleasanton is a must-go for food and fun. Enjoy the sprawling space with a family-friendly vibe featuring generous portions of Mexican bold flavors. The traditional menu features generous sizes of favorite cuisines. Kick it up a notch with margaritas in the lively cantina, which is perfect for game time. It's popular during any regular season and playoff action. Mexico Lindo Cantina and Restaurant. Taste the boldness. Experience the fun.
How many Hawaiian islands are there, and which one is the most populated? There are 8 main Hawaiian islands, and the most populated is Oahu, with according to census, is nearly 1 million people in population, which is right in between San Jose and San Francisco in population. Who knew?
I did.
No, you didn't.
No, I did.
No, you really didn't. We return to Where's Roberta? And yes, I'm still running with the roosters.
Kauai, I think it's going to be the island bird for here, because everywhere you go you see these wonderful and beautiful chickens and roosters that are different colors. They just they pretty much own the island, and the people here love them, so we just let them roam free. We don't restrict them because this truly is a garden.
So there you go. I've been traveling to Hawaii since the 80s, and never before have I ever visited Kauai. This truly is a one-of-a-kind island offering natural lava rock grottos, luscious green fields, and mountains, plus the sounds of gently rolling waves. Wait, back up. Did I say gentle?
If you want to play with the dolphins, you have to rise and shine mighty early, and we're heading 26 miles away to Honolulu Bay, but it takes about an hour to get there to jump on our 40-foot raft, and then we head to the Nepali coast. Come on, let's go. This is Honolulu Bay on the Garden Isle of Kauai, and as gorgeous as this is, I've been told the magnificent views of those rugged mountaintops are out there.
Let's start with the beginning. I climbed aboard a rigid hull inflatable raft with twin outboards that will get you to the Nepali coast in record time. Large enough to include all the comforts you expect, but nimble enough to get you up close to Kauai's famous coast. The only problem is, it was a really rough day at sea, but I had to give it a go.
The company I work for is called Holo Holo. They've been around about 20 years. It's our 7th year in Honolulu area. And they have big boats that go out of Port Allen year round. We go out of Honolulu area in the summertime.
We go and we look for dolphins on a good day and sea turtles.
Yeah, we usually see sea turtles, I would say 95% of the time. Dolphin maybe 60% in the morning trips, 30% in the afternoon.
I've always heard you have never truly seen Kauai unless you've seen it from the water. And I will attest to that. It's awesome.
Is it too late for a swim?
I know. Excuse me. Okay, hurry up, gang, hurry up.
Hold on to this, hold on to this.
A fantastic captain always has at least one eye on this sea, and Captain Dale realized a wave was approaching. He instructed everybody back on the boat. We were secure and traveled on. Under the seasoned direction of Captain Dale, of course, all was well, and we turned our 40-foot raft around and we began our ride back to Honolulu Bay. We went in and out of these terrific caves with the water such a spectacular shade of blue like I've really never seen before. We were surprised when drenching splashes from waterfalls came all over us. It really was refreshing. There were tropical fish, sea turtles, and dolphins. They're very common treats along the trip. And of course, there's always a little bit of drama if you're traveling with me. And a big, huge gust of wind, my hat went flying. And it's the rule of the sea, you must retrieve it, or it's considered littering. Saying one last goodbye to a sea turtle, our Holo Holo charter boat rides back to the shoreline. We just saw one waterfall, but how about this? The Wailea Falls. It's a 173-foot waterfall located near Lihue. It feeds into the flowing Wailua River. Now that's what I call a waterfall. But granted, I had my own experience with a much smaller waterfall. This is the secret 15-foot waterfall located in one of the jungles in one of the state parks in Kauai. I called on Kauai Hiking Tours and one of their very passionate tour guides to help me navigate through such rough terrain. Our 3-mile hike took us about 3 hours as we learned about different species of trees, vegetation, and leaves.
It's so beautiful here. I never want to leave.
Meet one of my favorite people on the island of Kauai from Kauai Hiking Tours, tour guide Weston Gabrielson.
I've been guiding for Kauai Hiking Tours for about 4 years, I think.
And we are right now beside a creek, and this creek is part of what? Where are we?
We're on the east side of Kauai. I think this is called Hopi'i Stream. It eventually feeds into Kailua Stream and drains into the ocean.
Is that water cold?
Yeah, I don't know the temperature, but it's at least refreshing, we'll say.
There was so much to explore, and of course, I was curious when I encountered my latest challenge. You want me to do what?
And can you guarantee me if I jump in over the waterfalls that I will come back out?
Yes, I can. Promise, I'll be there.
Be there for me. Okay, it's a deal.
Sure. Wes made that look so easy. My turn. Yes! The jump was exhilarating and the water was refreshing. However, there are a couple of strong currents, so unless you really know how to swim, don't try it. Up next, to the air. It's sensory overload as we board a doors-off helicopter and see Kauai as never seen before. Buckle up, stick around, we'll be right back.
I used to have more hair. I used to have more color. And I used to have cancer. I beat it. I did. Not alone. I used to have no idea what the American Cancer Society did. Research, yeah, but also free rides to chemo and free lodging near hospitals. I used to maybe give a little, then I got so much back. I used to have cancer.
Please give at cancer.org.
Welcome back to Where's Roberta? Waimea Canyon on Kauai's west side is described as the Grand Canyon of the Pacific. Although not as big or as old as the real Arizona Grand Canyon, you won't experience anything else like this on any other island in Hawaii. The canyon is about 10 miles long and 3,000 feet deep. And unless you have a drone to capture such a view, the only other way is to jump on a Jack Harder helicopter and see Kauai as never before. I mentioned Jack Harder because the company has been in business in Kauai since 1962. That means it's reliable, dependable, safe, and has the top-notch experienced pilots. These pilots describe your tour through an intercom system that allows you to listen and speak with the pilot and ask lots of questions. I realized during our full 1-hour tour, I wasn't talking very much. My pilot, Harry Price, told me, the bigger your eyes, the smaller your mouth.
Ah! I bet no one said that to you before.
Told me what?
Your mouth is small.
My mouth is small.
Are you sure?
Yeah. What, you're saying I have a big mouth?
Yeah, it's as big as that canyon right there.
What? Okay, so I asked my pilot, Harry Price, what is the favorite part of his tour?
During the course of the day, I may fly all over the place, you know. It just depends on where I think there's good scenery for that day. You know, certain areas get more water than other areas on the island. And so I kind of just, as the day goes on, change my tour around to try and show people the best parts of the island for that day.
We decided to fly with doors off to give us a better opportunity to film all the marvelous sights we're about to experience. Lifting 1,000 feet up and scanning the horizon, we navigated our way around the island of Kauai to embrace views of Nepali's spectacular sea cliffs and valleys, the North Shore sandy white beaches, the beautiful bay and valley of Hanalei, Mount Waialeale, the heart of Kauai's ancient volcano, and finally, Wailea Falls. Along for our ride is Casey Reimer, General Manager of Jack Harder Helicopters.
what amazes me is when I go out along Nepali and the area right above Kauai Valley that you saw today, known as cathedrals. It's kind of serpentine-shaped ridges coming from 4,000 feet down to the ocean. And I've got a degree in geology, and I still, to this day, look at that and go, how the heck did that get formed?
I actually thought the same thing. My 1-hour tour aboard a Jack Harder helicopter is something I will never forget. From the mountains, to the ocean, to the canyons, to the waterfalls. The island of Kauai is simply breathtaking, memorable, and as Casey reminds me,
that's the only reason to go up. It just will blow your mind.
Tell me about Kauai. What makes it such a special island?
I feel like what makes Kauai a special island is definitely the power and the mana involved in just stepping off the plane, like you said, and you can really feel the difference in each and every island. I feel like Kauai has a big different vibe and feel to it versus Oahu and Maui. So I really like the Nepali coast. I feel like when you actually see the Nepali coast, the feeling you get is just beyond different than anything else in the world.
This is the super fun part of our program where we want to be interactive with all of you. So we ask you to send us your 1-minute vacation video. In fact, we heard from Chris Jewett. Let's all take a look.
let's head to Mahibalipuram. It's in India, and what we're looking at are the ancient ruins and the monkeys that thrive and live there. This is all located on the Bay of Bengal.
Wasn't that fantastic? Thanks, Chris. So we want to see your 1-minute video. You can send it to our website directly. And by the way, while you're there, many of us on our staff have been affected by cancer, just like many of you have. So visit our website so we can beat cancer together. It's RobertaGonzalezProductions.com. And that does it for this week's edition of Where's Roberta? Wasn't it a great show from Kauai? Thank you so much for joining us. I tell you what, we are going to go somewhere else on June 16th, and I hope you can join us. It's somewhere within the contiguous 48 states, and if you want daily tips on where we will be, visit us online at RobertaGonzalezProductions.com. Meanwhile, take care of one another. Bye.